This is exactly how you will quadruple your income, your money, your clientele, all of the above. And I broke it down into 5 main shifts that are so simple and easy to apply so you can start seeing result like right away, because you are not out here to stay in the same league forever. You are out here to up level. So let's go. Listen, it's not just about making more money. It's about becoming the woman who expects it because of how you are positioning yourself, because of the certainty, the power, and the magnitude that you are creating through that positioning, with how you show up online, with how you show up in your personal brand and in your business. Welcome back to the podcast. It is me, your host, Malika. I am so freaking excited. I love talking about money and all the things that have to do with that. Now, I was having a conversation with my brother and I was thinking in my head, oh my God, I absolutely need to talk about how to quadruple your income and the money and your clientele, just like I've done. And so I was like, I need to bring this up to the podcast. So here we are. Go grab your matcha, go on your hot girl walk, and let's just dive right into it because we can never talk enough about this. The first thing for this is going into your subconscious. So what I mean by this is ask yourself this question. What bad thing do I believe will happen if I get more money? And yes, I say bad thing because our subconscious sometimes perceive things as like, oh my God, it's dangerous, even though you consciously want it. And that applies to wherever you are at in your journey, right? Because with more money, sometimes we perceive, oh my God, like I'm maybe gonna have to do more taxes, or like more often my tax, or I don't want to have to manage that, or I don't know, it's more pressure, like I feel like there's more expectation. Like all of these things are part of like the subconscious running the show. And as long as you don't ask this question of like, what are the bad things that I believe will happen when I get more money? Well, you will never discover what are the things that are slipping through your finger, running the show. And as long as we don't bring them up to light, then we will never get to resonate with them and be like, hey, actually, this is not fucking true. Let me change that now, right? Because now when you bring it up to your consciousness, now you are able to shift it to something that will better you, right? So for example, oh my God, like the tax, doing it more often, I don't want to manage that. Okay, great. Like when you get more money, you can hire someone to do it for you. You can, like, you know what I mean? Like then it becomes like a no-brainer, and it's like, oh wow, it is safe to have more money, to hold more money. So it's like really looking at like what are the blockage. And like when you do ask this question, if you get deep enough, you will find something, right? We don't want to go in the surface level. We want to go deep, and we're like, okay, what are the bad things that I think that are going to happen? Because this can happen at like any stage. And as long as you are raising the bar, sometimes you're going to have stuff come up. So it's about like taking them to the surface and not letting them live in our subconscious, okay? Now, the second thing about this is identity. The woman who is making that amount of money right now and the amount of money that you want to make is not going to be the same identity, right? There's always like growth that is required and change, because the identity that you're holding now is getting you the result that you have now. Right? So this is about looking at like, what is the difference with the woman who is holding the amount of money that I wish to hold, right? And then you are able to map out what are the gaps so that you can start filling them in. I was actually talking about this with my brother, and he was telling me like how he had to change his habit and his focus. And I was like, yes, like same. I had to do the same. It's like, what are you focusing on? What are your priorities? Like, are your priorities like having the prettiest font on your website, or are your priorities like doing the fucking thing that's actually going to bring you more money, more client, a better result, or getting paid like more highly, right? So are you focusing on those things or on all the shit that are just like background noise, like just shiny object syndrome? Because I also see that, right? When like you get like, oh my God, this person is doing this. Oh my God, this person is doing this. Oh my God, this is the next viral trend, or this is the next thing that's gonna, the next strategy that's gonna get me there. And it's like, okay, how about we pick the focus, master it, right? That is what get you much further along, much quicker, because you're not fucking distracted by all these shiny objects. Because trust me, there will always be more shiny object to be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But it's about, are we able to keep the focus on what actually matters, right? So that said, your brand, building your brand online, building your authority, your positioning, raising the value that you provide and how you see yourself. All of these things are part of an identity, right? That we give ourselves. Now, speaking of positioning, that is the next thing, because shifting your positioning and how you position yourself online within your personal brand will take you so much further along, because your positioning really change how someone perceives you and the value that you bring, right? And I saw the biggest shift when I started really clarifying my positioning and defining it way more, because I was finally able to bring in clients to pay me $700, $2,000, $6,000 and more, right? So I was like, holy shit. Like, this is what happens when you hone in and get really crystal clear on your positioning. Because what this does is that it stops attracting like your like maybe client, right? Like the clients that are like, maybe, I don't know, like whatever, okay? It stops attracting those clients and it starts positioning you for the clients who already knows they want it, who already sees the value, who sees the value in you, who are certain that you are the right choice for them. And that's really what it comes down to when it's in terms of positioning, is how are you the right person for them? And how are you marketing that? Like, how are you taking your positioning and like showing these through your marketing? Because I'll give you a perfect example, okay? I did a piece of content that was about the Costco samples and the sold out restaurants. So I'll just explain a little bit what it is. So the Costco samples is when you are giving out all these free samples, right? And you're like, oh my God, look, it's so nice what I have. And everyone's taking your free Costco sample and eating them. So good, I love it. And they're all taking it, right? They're all taking it, but is anyone willing to actually pay for the full size thing? No. And then we have the sold out restaurant, which nobody is fucking asking for a bite, right? They just want to be there. They're already sold. They're already sold on the experience, on the investment, on like what it is that they get there. And they're willing to go and pay for that, even though they didn't get those free samples. So that is the difference when you do have a crystal fucking clear positioning. That number one, position what you have to offer as valuable and worth for them, right? Because we have to like be positioning for the right people as well. And second, you are showing how you are now part of that equation, right? Because the thing about positioning is that like the goal is kind of like to show why you are necessary, right? Like, because everybody else has probably something similar or whatever that you're doing, nails or tattoo, or like you're doing like coaching or like manifestation or relationship coach or whatever you're doing, okay? It's like, what is the difference with you and all these other people? Because when you are able to raise your positioning, you are able to raise your value. And what this does when you raise your value is that you now are more valuable. So now you get a better caliber client, first of all. And second of all, you get highly paid because you have now mastered this positioning for yourself, which puts you on a different level field. And this is exactly why positioning is so freaking important. And this is done through your personal brand, right? Through how you are showing up online And it's really like, it's the same thing as psychological samples, right? It's like, okay, are we just giving out all the free shit trying to convince people that we're valuable, or are we owning our value and simply radiating it, right? That is what it comes down to, and that is so powerful. And that's also like the energy that you're also holding, right? Is it convincing or is it conviction? Because convincing will always attract the people who needs more convincing, and conviction will attract the people who are just looking for the right person, which is you, right? And so that is something to also think about. Okay, now going up next is for value exchange. Now this is huge because the value that you provide, it has an equal exchange rate that you will get in return for that. Okay, yes, we all know this, right? So when you want to triple your income, triple how much you get paid, what you number one need to do, ask yourself, am I undercharging, right? Because you're not going to get the same amount of money when you have to sell like 500 of something versus you only need to sell like to have 10 clients, and then you reach that goal that you had to triple, right? Like, it's like, so that is done through a higher value of exchange. Because if I'm thinking, oh my God, to triple my income, I have to like sell to fucking like 500 people, then it's not energy efficient, right? And then we have, okay, instead I'm raising my value, I'm raising my exchange rate, and then I don't need so many people. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like your time becomes more valuable because you are also raising the exchange. So how is this done, right? This is done through the quality of your work and the experience that you provide other people. Because it's not so much about just, okay, I just do nails and I just do tattoo and I just do X, Y, and Z. It's about putting it so much deeper than that. And the thing is, if you don't see it deeper than that, then you will reflect that as well. And so it's about raising the exchange of value that you provide, right? And being open to that, because you have to be willing to be like, this is a service that I'm doing to you. I'm not out here trying to sell you some bullshit. I am out here to provide for you, to better your life, to add value. And this is something that I see so much too, is like the energetics of, bringing in money, which is actually the fifth element. Okay. So the energetic of bringing money is basically when you are scared to sell, or you're scared to bring up what you have to offer because you feel bad, or you feel like, I don't know. But if this is happening to you, this is only because you don't truly see the value in what you offer. So like when you are bringing this to the table, you feel like you are selling them, when you should feel instead like you are bringing something of true value to people. Because that's why you have a business. That's why you have something to offer, is because it is valuable. Right? And so we need to start pouring it into that light rather than being like, oh, I feel bad for saying the price, or I feel like I'm shrinking down, right? Because your energy is your currency. And so if you want to get paid higher, we need to raise the fuck up of your energy, okay? And this is done through your embodiment, through what you embody, the energy that you embody, the certainty that you hold. This is done through raising the standard for the kind of client that you attract, the kind of client that you accept. And this also, all of these things that are attracted to you, when it's your client, your money, your income, they all are a reflection of you. So if you feel like your clients are kind of like, oh, maybe, or they're not as excited to buy from you, or like it feels like sometimes you're shouting in the dark and like whatever, right? This is because the way you are positioning yourself and how other people are perceiving you doesn't match what you provide. And so this is also a branding problem. So we need to switch up your positioning. Like, how are you positioning your service, your offer, yourself, right? And then, okay, went a little rant, but like, going back to the energetics, right? So the energetics is like, okay, let's say when you say your price, do you feel like comfortable? Do you feel like, oh my God, yes, I love this, it's so worth it? Because I know for me, when I started my business, I was always like, okay, like they're telling me like this is their budget, but like they're asking me for like less, and so I would do it. And then after, when I would do that, and like I would like create content strategy for my clients, and I would lower my rate, I would feel like shit. Like I would literally feel like undervalued, like truly. And then this is when I realized what you let in, you will get more of. And so if you want more clients that will undervalue you, then keep taking clients who undervalue you, because this will reflect on everything that you do, on all your brand, on all of the work that you do. Right? Because you will not also be as motivated to be like delivering this, because you feel like you're underpaid, so your energy is down, and your energy is your currency. And so this is why it's so fucking important to be like holding the bar, being like, this is my rate, you can afford it, right? You're not my client. Okay? Like that's the vibe we're going for. Okay? We're going for go big or go home. Bye-bye. Okay? And so this is also about like embracing the fact that you do deserve this fucking money. You do deserve it. And this isn't like equal exchange of value. And I see it all the time, like that people undercharge themselves. And I even told my brother, who has like massive agency, and I was like, you're undercharging yourself. You need, like, he literally told me the price that he charged for his client. I'm like, what? Like, I literally thought like it was so much more. Like, you need to raise the bar. Like, let's raise the bar. Like, you are bringing so much value. And it's like, if we're always thinking from this lack mindset and being like, oh, but I don't know if someone's gonna pay for it. Like, you set the tone. You are the bitch who sets the tone. You fucking want this. Your job every day is to tell the people how and when to pay you. Okay? That is your fucking job, and you are the one setting the tone. And so this is about holding the certainty and knowing the value that you bring without needing someone else to validate it first. This is something so big for everyone to truly own and master, is holding the certainty of your value before someone else confirms it, before someone else sees it in you, before someone else is willing to pay your rate, right? It's about you set the tone. You are mastering your fucking brand, your positioning. And so you exude that, and then you attract the high caliber clients who are willing to pay that rate, right? So this is what it's fucking about. It's about, let's hold the certainty, know your fucking value, fucking own it without needing anyone to validate it first. Because I can tell you that like there were so many times where I was scared. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna ask them for like 2,000. And I was like, oh my God, like literally like pooping my pants. And then they were like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, oh, wow, like they see my value. Wow. And that was like one of the first times that I really realized like, oh wow, like I do have value. Like it's just that when I undercharge myself, I attract the people who like don't see the fucking value. And so like this is about holding the value, knowing what you are truly worth, and not going from like, oh, let me make this for everyone. Your business, your service, your coaching, it's not for everyone. It's for the right people who are instant fucking yes clients, who will see you and be like, you are the fucking right girl for me. Again, going back to the positioning thing, right? This is a positioning thing. It's like, how are we positioning you as the right fucking girl for the right fucking people? Not everyone, right? Am I in this lack mindset, or am I like being in this abundant world where I literally get everything that I fucking want because I know I deserve it? And now if you are the kind of woman who is ready to go fucking bigger, you want to have your counter booked the fuck out, or your offer sold the fuck out, because you have a powerful personal brand that sells for you, get your clients absolutely fucking obsessed, and have crystal clear fucking messaging, this is your time to get on the wait list. This is where you'll get all the bonus, the early bird access discount, and you'll be the first one to get all the details and auto notification for once the door do open for my private one-on-one signature mentorship. And I am telling you, there is literally nothing like it on the market. I am beyond proud of the fucking jam-packed value there is in there. And that is that you have 500 followers or 50,000. Your fucking follower number literally does not fucking matter, because your follower number doesn't equal the amount of money that you will make. That is also something I should have mentioned in the episode, because that is also a fucking limiting belief that is cutting you from all the abundance that you deserve. Now, I hope you love this episode. If you did, make sure to send it to someone, send it to a friend. And as always, I'll meet you here next week. And let me know in the comments what you are wanting to see next from me. I love hearing from you, or what you thought of the episode. And so, as always, I'll see you next week. Bye! Thanks so much for tuning in. And don't forget to leave your 5-star rate and review on the podcast. I love to know what you guys think of the episodes. And I will meet you here next week.